Uh, Sorry guys, there we go. Again, just coming from a run, but the BPC on the DAX looks lovely. 15-minute chart. We had a wick up, sold underneath the previous bullish candle low. Hi Anna. Yeah, I've just gone. No, it's not gold. Hi guys. So we're literally at entry price now. 0.2, 0.3 of a pip down. So blue numbers means it's slightly in front. Orange numbers means it's negative. Um, so what am I going to do with this? We need to, how we doing? Commander-in-Chief, you well? So I have literally just gone short on the DAX. As you can see, I'm 4.5, 4.8 pips offside at the minute. I need something else. I've got no tissues. Damn it. Hey trader, JNR, Said, how we doing? Okay guys, if you just logged in, I am short on the DAX right now. I'm just going to put a second TP in down at these swing lows here. The DAX, yes, it is 1% down on the day at the minute, but obviously tariff news didn't help the markets. Increased dollar strength. Spencer, gold's pushing higher as the market goes to safe havens. If we are not, would you put a sell stop below the current candle? So depends what your 30-minute candles are. So my 15-minute candles will be the same as yours. Your 30-minute candles will be different to mine. So have a look what your 30-minute candles are. Ah, where's my... Uh, sorry guys, let me just turn my phone off. Um, can you hear me okay on TikTok? You sitting in a sauna? I feel like it, mate. I'm just been for a run. Just got back, just ran around Hampstead Heath. I got back about 10 minutes ago. Yeah, what am I looking at? I'm short on the DAX. I'm short on the DAX. I'm 5 pips offside at the minute. So it's nearly at my entry price right now. So this is a BPC trade. So it means the market has, if I was to just explain, if we look at this swing low here, the market's pulled back. Then we've broken out of structure. We've created a new low. So we've had the pullback. Now I'm looking for the continuation. So to look for the continuation, hey John, yeah, we're short the DAX, literally 1 pip in profit. Sounds okay? Okay, fantastic. So what are the rules for BPCs? You need a trend. You need the market to have broken structure, i.e. created a new low or a new high. We need a minimum of, in this case, because we're going short, a minimum of 2 uprange candles, which we have. We then need a seller candle, which we have. We then needed a wick up, which we had, and then it broke the lows. That was my trigger. Stops above the highs, we let it go. 15 pips break even, 20 pips first take profit. Hey Patrick, how we doing? All right, let's see if it does it the business. Remember, we cannot be emotional. We just do what we see. Now, if we get somewhere close to break even down here, I'm just because they're only 15-minute candles and they are very, very small at the minute, I'll bring my stop. Now, if the candle closes like this in 8 minutes, I'm going to bring my stop down above the high of this candle to reduce risk. Mr. Buckley, good afternoon to you in Bermuda. Are you too late? Well, you're at my entry price right now. So if you want to do what I'm doing, then by all means, you can get in at this price. Ah, whew, 31 degrees here today. But I didn't run as far today, so only 7K. I didn't have time to get that extra bit in, but I did run a bit quicker. So the lesser of two evils. Run a bit further, or if you run a bit shorter, run a bit quicker. Uh, what app are you using to trade gold? Well, this is MT4. I do my analysis on TradingView, just the free version. Don't need a paid for version. I only have a look at one chart. You're short on gold rejection. Right, well, I'll have a look at that in a minute. Let's see if we can get this one to break even first. Well, it's doing the right things. It's making the right moves, guys. Making the right moves. Right. Okay. So, what we got? Uh, 6 minutes left for this candle. So what we can do now is we can reduce risk. So bring that down. I wouldn't want to be in this trade now if this candle reversed and broke its own high. Okay? Wouldn't want to be in it. It's too big a shift of sentiment. So I'd rather take a loss, and therefore what we'll do is reduce our risk. Vic, how are we doing? What is this on? It's on the DAX, the German 30, German 40, depending how your broker has the liquidity feed. So break even is 15 pips. So we're at 11 now. Just need a few more pips. Oh, come on, market. Get us to that break even. Thinking Nasdaq is going to fly. Well, let's not think. Let's trade what we see. Uh, Opinions on gold and Nasdaq. Yeah, we'll come to those in a second. This was the best opportunity, so always trade what is the best opportunity between the markets that you trade. This was the clearest chart, so I took it. Right, well, we were one pip away from getting to break even. So, this is MT4. Whew. Let it, just give it a couple of minutes. Uh, One sec. Uh, okay, 1 second. Bear with me, guys. I'll come to your questions in a minute. I just want to see if we can get this to break even first. We're one pip away from break even again, guys. 3 minutes for the candle to close. Commander in Chief, I certainly am a little bit out of breath. I just got back from a run. So I will give me a couple of minutes. Yesterday it took me to about 20 past to 25 past to compose myself, to say the least. All right. So remember what my analogy is on candles. Look at the bow and arrow. We're looking for it to pull back before it goes forward. There we go, break even. So we're safe. All right, let's. If we haven't hit TP1 before this candle closes, I'm just going to bank half. And the reason being is I would expect the next candle to pull back a little bit. So rather than sacrificing You're gone. What does I'm gone mean? You hit TP or profit? Is it DAX? Yeah, it's the DAX, guys. You lost. How did you lose? It's only gone in profit. You took the long. Why did you buy? Here we go. Missed out on DAX trade, opening you'd see. Right. Okay, so I'm closing half now, 16 pips. Closing half because next candle's going to open in 1 minute, and I don't want to take the risk that the next candle goes up to create liquidity to pull back down. So no matter what, we just secured 16 pips. Let me know if you took some pips with me. TP1 pip. Spelling, please stop, pal. Stop. Stop. Look, you got a bowl of water there, mate. Have your water, pal. Oh, go. Have some water. Dogs, can you explain why short? Absolutely. Just bear with me. In fact, let's just move it just a couple of ticks in front. If it hits TP1, I don't mind. That's another half that comes off. So, Spenny. So, sorry, that's my dog. Yeah, the dog's not listening. Keeps trying to lick my legs because I'm all sweaty. Uh, there you go. TP1's hit. Right. So what we do now, because it's broken the low of this candle, all I'm going to do is just bring my stop down of above the high of that candle. So just locking in profit because it's broke the low first. If it gone up first, then no matter what, I'd have left the stop where it was. If it keeps coming down, fantastic. If not, we just secure 20 pips. I'm picking up my daughter. Need to leave just before 2, like 150. That's just before 2, Fenton. Like it. Uh, okay, guys, let me know if you secure pips. If you secure pips, well done. We keep the winning streak going. Okay, so I'm going to come off this screen now and then we'll go and look for other opportunities. I don't need to do anything with this now. So to explain the setups, I'm going to show you on TradingView. This one can just run in the background now. We've done the hard bit, we've secured profit, and our stop is 18 pips in profit. The next TP, this is just, this will secure half if it gets there, and then we can let it run. Okay, so TikTok, you will be on TradingView. YouTube, you will be on TradingView. So let's think what a BPC means. BPC is one of my systems. It just means breakout, pullback, continuation. So when we're trading with market trend, we are trying to look for breakouts. When the breakout has already happened, we then have to wait for a correction. Now, most people or whatever, they'll trade the break and retest. I don't care about a retest. It doesn't need to come back to here. Why does it need to come back here? Let price tell you where the next resistance level is going to be. The next resistance level will be where a buyer candle is followed by a seller candle. Then the next candle, I'm just waiting for a wick up. Now, on IG, you don't see a wick up. On my broker, there was a wick up, and I sold underneath the low of this bullish candle. So if I do this and go BPC short, here, bring up the rules, you can see, you can just cross-check it. So we go, BPC short, do we have a downtrend? So are we seeing lower highs and lower lows? Check gold, bro, it's going crazy. Okay. I don't like gold at the minute, guys. I'm look after the long here, in my opinion, it should have kept going. So uh we had pips out of this earlier. Um but I This it's just got it's just messy now. It's messy. We need a direction. It should have been crystal clear once it broke out of here. Now we need to let it either continue moving higher or we wait for a false break to come back down. Let's go back to the DAX. So, as I was saying, BPC shorts. Let me get rid of this line so we can see. Um, do we have a downtrend? Yes, we have a downtrend on the shorter time frames, but the shorter time frames are effectively just a correction on the higher time frame. All right, let's see if we can use one of these for once. There are too many live creators using Unreal. Um, okay, so thanks for sharing the live stream, guys. Much appreciated. I just tried to TP2 at 30 pips. Nice one, Peter Cole. So look, the idea of trading in my systematic approaches, we're looking for breakouts of structure. So it'll either be a breakout below here, it'll be a breakout below here, or it'll be a breakout below here. Now, that's the criteria. The next thing is we need to have clear candle space to the left-hand side. We do. Now, sometimes once the breakout's happened, we can't just look for trades. We then have to look for a continuation trade. So a continuation trade means I'm going to have to wait for a correction in the market. So that means I'm looking for at least two up-range candles. Now, we don't have that on the hourly, but if we go to the 30-minute, do we have two up-range candles? Yeah, we do, but that's not what I traded. I traded the 30-minute. At the 15-minute, we have one, two, three, four up-range candles on the 15-minute. And the fourth one is a bearish candle. My broker, this big bearish candle, had a top wick. Now, because this one didn't break the low, this one, the bullish candle, I instead of putting my stop below the bearish candle, I put it below the bullish candle low here. And we took 16 pips and closed half because it was just before the new candle. And then we hit target one at 20 pips, so another half closed off. I just left the TP in. And then we brought our stop down above the high of this candle right now, which is about 18 pips. So we're currently still setting the trade, 19 pips up, but a very simple process, guys. Peanut, thanks for sharing the live. Um, I appreciate it, guys. Very kind of you. But look, uh, if you understood the thought process behind that trade, very simple thought process. Just give me a thumbs up, hit some likes, or let me know you took the trade. Who took the trade? I know most of you in YouTube, bow and arrow is so cool. Yeah, maybe we should call it the Robin Hood trading. In fact, no, let's not. Uh, GJ is going extremely down. Uh, we'll take Mark Goat. Love it. Thank you, Bickham, Back and Bock. Kaylin, yes, Mark. Many thanks. Brilliant. Awesome. Well done, guys. Okay. Listen. How many of you have been in here for now more than one live stream? If you've been here for more than one live stream, um, then just let me know you've been here for more than one live stream, or if you've subscribed, let me know. Multiple Mongomots here, I recognize your name. You, Dave, how you doing? Welcome. Thanks for joining again. Peanut, thanks for joining again. John, see gold, please. Let's have a look at gold. Come on, everyone's saying to me to look at gold. Okay, right. Let's just cancel everything off the chart, right? So the easiest thing before you get sucked into doing anything, let's start with the highest time frame and just think what you see. Okay. Now, based on the daily, I would say this weekly, based on the weekly, I would say this is going higher. And the reason I'm saying that is just on the weekly, look what's happened in this candle. The candle's pushed all the way down here to 32.81. And then in the last day or two, we've rallied and now we've broken our own highs. So to me, that tells me the market's come down to this like support area on the weekly. We've then grabbed enough liquidity. We're going to run up and fill this 33.66 area wick on the previous weekly candle. Whether we break that and run up to all-time highs, I've no idea. Yeah, him at 360. Today we managed 400 pips. Lovely. I don't know how many pips we've had today, but we've had a good day. I'll do GJ straight after gold. We've had a really good day today. Um, so based on the weekly, my viewpoint is it's going higher. Daily, we've broken out of daily structure. Next daily structure I see on gold is here at 33.59, so $12 higher than where we are. Okay, so the next thing we need to do is drop to the 4 hour. Structure remains the same. Okay, structure remains the same. We can see where price is likely to gravitate towards. Now, what we have seen on the 4 hour is that price has broken through here. So now we're seeing bullish candle, but it's still live, remember. So we can't count this as a closed candle because any time between now and this candle closing in 1.5 hours, this could reverse and finish massively bearish. Bearish. So let's drop to the 1 hour. Now the 1 hour chart we can see is slightly different. Let's just go across. Now structure we can see here on the 1 hour, but we can also see it over here. So I'd always pick the highest one. Let's have a look further left. Okay, so yeah, I'm happy with that structure there. Now, I'm going to leave that there. So we've closed above. Now we're seeing price potentially forming new resistance. We've got, let's drop to the 30-minute and just check that structure level. Okay, so I'm going to adjust again because this is where we can see. Now the market isn't really wanting to accelerate away from this area. Um, I'm not a big fan. Can you see how messy it is? Right? I need the market to go one directional, like these candles here, or these candles here, or this one here. I need it. Ray, how many trades do I take in a day? A busy day will be about 6. Today we've done, well, we're still in the DAX short right now. So the DAX short's running, it's 27 pips up, 28 pips up. Today, I think we've done 5 today. But yeah, today's been a really good. This is 30-minute. There's just a lot of noise. You look left, there's noise there. There's noise here. There's noise here. There's noise up there. So I don't like gold on the lower time frames. I would need it. Right. If I'm trading gold, my honest opinion is I either want to be short to trade down into this area, or the buys look best above 33.61. We need some kind of big directional move on gold for buys in order for it to interest me. So I could trade a false break gold short back down here. I don't like the buys. I'm 30 pips up on the DAX. Who's still in the DAX? Who's still in the DAX? Can you please analyze GJ? Yeah, I said I'll do that straight after gold. Don't worry, buddy. I will do that for you. Guys, just remember, house rules. I've not covered them today. House rules. No one gives anyone in the chat any grief. No talking about smart money concepts. No fair value gaps. No order blocks. No orbs. No three-letter words other than BPC. Um, we're all here for the same reason, which is to become better traders um, and help one another. I just am doing this. Like I said, this is my shop window for people to potentially join my membership. I'm happy to give free information, free value, because I know if you like what you see here for free, you're probably going to be enticed to join my membership, which I'm sure more of you are making more than £97 a month off the trades that I've been posting out here. So if you are, then that'll give you an insight in getting into my membership, right? Thank God. Mate, Jafar, all I get is questions about ICT and SMC. I'm like, I don't know how much marketing this guy's done, but he's done an amazing job. Amazing job. Commander in Chief, I only trade at 0.01. Yep, and that's where I get all my members to start with. And the reason I do that is I give them a $5 challenge. $5 challenge. If you can do $5 a day, you can do $50 a day. It's all about scaling. So I just keep it simple, price action market structure. That's all you need, my friend. I'll give back for sure when I became profitable. What's wrong with smart money concepts? I have no idea. I don't do it. I don't do it. I don't talk about it. Therefore, it's wasted talk on my live. If you want to talk about it, find someone that does it. That's all I'm saying. Um, it'd be like, I don't know, it'd be like a vegetarian coming to a steak restaurant. Yeah, it doesn't really make sense. Uh, Listen, that's true, Jafar. No, that is so true. Okay, let's take a look at GJ because someone's been asking me for a long time. Okay, this is lovely, mate. I very rarely look at GJ, but this would be textbook for me. You can see the last time I looked at it, it was in this range. So if we break out of this, guys, what have we got? 1 minute left. This candle closes like this. You know what? I might even just have to venture into a GJ trade here. I've not traded one for a long view market watch. Uh, GJ, where are you? No, chart window, template, mark. Uh, okay, 30 minute. Okay, so let's wait for a wick up. If it gets a wick up, you can sell. No wick up, and I ain't selling. Ah, okay, so you got a wick up on IG. My broker hasn't. Let's just wait, see what happens. Damn it. Uh, I need a wick up, guys. I need a wick up. I don't have a wick up on mine. I did long see what happened. You went long on GJ. Ooh. The only way I would go long is if this candle now closes back above this level. Gold is going high. Yeah, I like it for longs, but we need some move. I need a move higher. I'm not trading it like this. It doesn't meet any of my rules. Himat, you're already down a lot. So what's your plan for management? I did 3 hours long. Oh man, what? Up here? Yeah, I'm just waiting for a top wick to form. Right, I don't view navigator. Magic keys. Load. Da, 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 da. Okay. Um, let's think. If I'm still waiting for a top wick on my wife sees orbs in photos. Oh my days. I'm not sure. Isn't that like poltergeist stuff? Okay, so we can put a sell stop on pound yen. Oh, where's we can put a sell stop on pound yen at oh shit, why is that not working? Why is Magic Keys not working? Uh, view. Uh, hold on, guys. I got an issue. Okay. Okay. There we go. 15 pips set. Okay. Done. Okay, guys. Sell stop has just gone in on pound yen underneath the low of uh, the. Oh, where's the price gone? Hold on a second. I've just lost my charts. So yeah, underneath the low of the 15-minute candle now, you see that one that's just testing the range again? I'm just trying to get my MT4 back up. I just resized it and all the screens just disappeared. So we have sell stop underneath the lows. I'll show you 1 second. All right, YouTube, YouTube, can you see MT4 yet or not? Is it on? Can you see the order there? Okay. What about TikTok? I'm just waiting for yours to load for some bloody reason it takes. Okay, so YouTube, you can see it. Order's gone in underneath. That chart looks good. Yeah. Let's see if we can sell this baby. So, oh, let me just see. Did we get stopped on the DAX? Yeah, so the DAX were out. Um, so the DAX were out. We got stopped at 18 pips. Oh my God. Ah, good afternoon, Sri Lanka. Sam's Chicken's on board. How are we doing? This is, you can't hear. I apologize. Right, there we go. Um, yeah, so we've got a sell stop now in underneath on Vivi. Can you hear me now? Yeah, okay, sorry about that. Um, yeah, so we've got a sell stop in underneath the low of the 15 30 minute candle here on pound yen. So orders in at 198.20. Check your broker because it use your spread. So the low on IG is what's the low? The low is 198.24, and my broker, the low is 198.24 as well. So sell stop's gone underneath there. This is just a typical breakout. You can't. Can you hear me or not? Because someone keeps saying they can't hear me. Does has sound dropped or are we back on? This is pound yen. Pound yen. So listen, guys. Simple rules. We've got this is a typical breakout. We've got our structure here. Let me just bring that a bit tighter. Okay. So support here, candle breaks and closes below. Next candle, we have to wait for the bow and arrow analogy. So we want it to pull back to attract sellers before we let go for it to fire forward. So the reason we didn't sell as price just broke lower is because it hadn't pulled back first. So in this candle, this is where some breakout traders would have just been caught into the trade and they'd be sat in a negative position right now. Now they may still come out and it may still go down, but this is why I use that certain rule to stop us getting caught in false breaks. Now, on the basis that, do I add pound yen to my MT4? Can't find. Yeah, so just go to your market watch, Stephen. Right click on your market watch, go to symbols, and then just add in pound yen. Just type in GBP JPY. So yeah, we've got a sell stop underneath the low of this candle right now. And we'll just wait for it to trigger. First take profit, 15 pips. We'll put in an auto break even at 10 pips. So should we get triggered and the market reverse and go lower, we've got an auto break even, which is the first line here at 10 pips. The second line The market, this is our TP at 15 pips, where the magic keys will just close us out half of our position at 15 pips and move our stop loss to break even. How many of you use magic keys or trade assistant or Dane's trades? Yeah. Now, if you're a day trader, I would really recommend using one of those softwares. Now, the reason I recommend it is because if you're trading something, not necessarily pound yen, because pound yen's not as quickly, it doesn't move as quick as say gold or the Nasdaq or DAX. But if you are a day trade, Mark, I know you mentioned it, but the other day, but have been away working. What platforms, brokers? Dan, if you just click on the link in my bio, you'll see it. You'll see the funded account that I recommend. But it's not something that I always promote. But if you message me privately, I'll tell you who I use, and um, you can have a look then. Okay. Um, Hey Matt, thanks for sharing the live. Much appreciated, mate. Tools for amateurs. Right, okay. So the best tool, in my opinion, for analysis is TradingView. You don't need anything other than TradingView. Get a free version. You don't need a paid for version. It's just a waste of money. Yeah, you've missed a trade. We just had 20 odd pips out of the DAX. We've got a sell stop now in on pound yen. So we've done one trade today on the live stream, and yeah, we secured 20 pips. Currently trading on 212 and it's going well, but it could be a lot better. Yeah, I listen, I would come away from 212. It's a proper retail platform. You'll be getting charged a lot. Bick and Back and Bock is currently in a long on which market? Which market are you in a long on? I saw the free trading view doesn't have real-time data though. It has real-time. It depends what you're trading. If you're going to trade, I don't know, let's say futures markets, it'll be 15-minute delay. But spot market is free, is live. So all depends what you want to trade. Like all these markets that you can see here right now, they're all real-time data. Double X, what's your breakdown for having a sell limit at that level? It's not a sell limit, it's a sell stop. I'm selling underneath the low of this bullish candle right now. So the market needs to move lower in order for me to get triggered. So it needs to, in order for me to get triggered, I'm selling with momentum. You're currently in a long with gold. Well, you'll be doing all right, mate. There's just no trade for me on gold. There's no setup, so I can't, I can't jump in with you. Yeah, sell stop. So this is a breakout trade. Is trading 212 live? It depends if you're on a demo or a live account, I guess. Um, okay, guys, listen, it's very quiet in here today. Why is that? Is it maybe because it's a Friday? Everyone's missed the initial trade. But let's see if we can. Everyone can't be asked. Yeah, exactly. They can't be asked to listen to a northerner on TikTok. Um, yeah, gold's moving nicely. This is what we need. We need it to create some momentum candles for us to then trade a BPC trade. I'm not just going to take it long based on the current setup. Waiting for gold setup. Yeah, exactly. Waiting for gold, but we have a sell stop order in now on pound yen. So again, for those of you that have missed it, the sell stop order is based on a breakout setup. So we had structure. There's a big level of support that the market has closed below. So this is something that it hasn't done before. As you see, if you look at these black candles here, followed by a white candle, that means the market came down. Sellers tried to fall through this price point, and then buyers came in and bought it back up, therefore creating a support. Happened again here. Price came down, failed to close below. Buyers came back in, pushed price up. Now this time it's different. Price came down, but it closed below. So that's something very different to what it's done previously. So now what we have to do for confirmation before we jump in short is we let price push up first before it breaks the lows. If it just breaks the lows, I'm not taking the trade. So that's why our sell stop is underneath here and not this black candle, because the market moved down first before pushing up. This is why I always I'll revert back to firing an elastic band or firing a bow and arrow. If you've got bow and arrow and you pull it back like that, and then you let go, the arrow projects forward. If you fire a gun, you cock the hammer, and then you pull the trigger, it hits the hammer, and then the bullet fires forward. If you've got an elastic band, you pull it back, you let go to fire forward. When I was a kid, you had those cars that you pull back, you let go, and they fire forward. So in this instance, if I'm looking for the market to go higher or lower, I want the market to do the opposite thing first to entice buyers or sellers. So in this instance, now it's broke the support level. I want it to push higher first to attract sellers into the market, other words, grabbing liquidity. So I want it to go up, attract sellers. Sellers come in and push price down. As they push price down, our sell stop order is waiting. We get triggered. Now, the point of that is we don't get caught in false breaks. This could be a false break. If it is a false break, Hamit's going to be really happy because he's obviously in a buy somewhere up here. But we don't get caught into it because we've waited. This is pound yen because we've waited for the bow and arrow or the elastic band or the car set or whatever you want to call it. Um, all right, Fenton, take care, buddy. Have a great weekend. Uh, So that's why we're doing. Gold is coming to break even on a swing I have. Been negative for some time. Bloody hell, mate. That is, you must have been in a horrible drawdown. Please, which pair? This is pound yen. This is pound yen. John Joe, thanks for sharing the live. Much appreciated. So look, 30-minute candle closes in 15 minutes. Let's take a look at the 15-minute candle here. Okay, now, you see this 15-minute candle. Tell me something about this 15-minute candle. What type of candle is this? What time do I finish this live? 2:30 maybe? We'll see if there's any setups. Um, right, while we're waiting for what type of candle is this, guys? Yes, Terry. It's a downrange. What? It's a downrange candle. It's a downrange candle. Okay. Now, what's different about it? It's a downrange with a bullish close. Is that a bullish sign or a bearish sign? What do you think? I teach you how to trade without risk and losing your money. You can join my channel, link in the bio. Thanks, Norman. Very kind of you. How about you go live and grab your own clients? Let them see you trade. But thanks for dropping in, mate. Much appreciated. We'll see you next time. I'll give you a shout out if you want, Noman. Noman FX VIP Signal. He's coming here and he's going to teach you all to trade for free. There you go, mate. How's that? The link's in the bio. And without risk, I mean, that must be amazing. If you can trade without risk and get a return, that's amazing. That's never been heard of. So he's going to give you a return and you don't have to risk anything. Unbelievable. I might have to sign up for some of that. In fact, where do we sign up, no man? Send me the link. In fact, post it in my chat. I think we should all go there. I love it. I love it. Since on the support it carries various, I'm not sure what that says. KKK, rejection and false break. Yeah, it might be a false break. Um, and if it is, we'll cancel the order and we could potentially look for longs. But I think what will be interesting is what happens with the Nasdaq. So this morning we had a great trade on the Nasdaq. Wouldn't normally trade the Nasdaq in a morning, but obviously after old Mr. Trump and his tariffs, it's put a slight tilt on the indexes, which has obviously given gold a little bit of a push. It's given the dollar a bit of a push as investors, traders run to safe havens. Now, the basis that indexes are pushing up and uh, well, when I say pushing up, they've regained some of their deficit from this morning. I don't think there's been any news to say that. Thanks, Dignify. So listen, ultimately, I don't think there's been any news yet to sort of say that there's been any talks to the table. So I can't see the markets having a big bullish move. Therefore, maybe there's just a little bit of a relief rally on. I don't trade anything else, Dan. So I used to trade pound yen a lot, but not anymore. Uh, the only reason I'm looking at this is it's such a great level, and if we do break, and obviously the market sentiment is if we do see indexes drop, you're going to see that run to safe havens, and obviously, if that's the case, you're going to see a run to dollar, you're going to see a run to yen, um, and that would mean other currencies, pound, euro, Kiwi, Aussie, would all suffer. So pound yen short would be a typical nice short if the markets are going to sell off hard. So I'm going to leave this order in here. Cactus, how you doing, mate? Welcome back. Today you talk fundamentals. Thought you said yesterday you don't follow news. Uh, what fundamentals am I talking? I'm just saying what correlations are. Risk on, risk off. Cancel the pending position. No, I'm not cancelling it. I'm leaving it there. Um, and yesterday, if you did sit all the way through the session, I'd said that the Trump tariffs are one of the easiest trades there are out there. Indexes drop. You wait for them to come to an area where buyers come in, and you hear about a potential meeting. Then they buy back and go to all-time highs. But how many times does it happen? Once, twice, but it happens every time. You might take a loss trying to get the first buy, but that's what we'd expect. But on the same principle, if tariff talks are there, you know what's going to happen. Indexes drop, gold, people run to safety. Dollars up today, gold's up today. It's just what happens. It's part of the market. Understanding markets, correlations and structures, not fundamentals. It's, if the war kicks off and the ceasefire stops, that's going to have an impact on gold. So you have a bias. I still trade my setups. I don't change any of the structure that I'm working on. Next week we have European companies' earnings. Yeah, so that could be true because I know did you say yesterday, was it yourself, Cactus, yesterday that you were talking about looking for a short on the DAX? I know someone mentioned they were looking for a short on the DAX. I can't remember. Yeah, we just sold it actually on the live stream before you came in. We had 20 pips out of it. Um, but yeah, your short idea and theory is maybe the market's selling off ahead of the European earnings, as you say. How do I open a trade with multiple take profit in a single trade? So that's where you would use something like Magic Keys, Dane's Trades, or Trade Assistant. Most of my members will use Trade Assistant. Nice one, Cactus. Nice one. Uh, yeah, we just took. Very simple. We took this candle here. We took this one here. Took that move there. But let's see what's going on with pound yen. See if we can get a move here. I'm going to leave this one open because I think we could see some interesting moves on the open. Can you trade by intuition? Do you mean by gut feeling? As in like just impulse? I mean, you can do. To me, that would just be like gambling. But I just trade on price action. So the candles will tell me what I do. I have 5 different setups um, that I will just trade by. So breakout, BPC, range trade, flip, and then through the news. By pattern recognizing. Well, you could say my setups are a pattern to some extent, but I don't trade, I don't know, triangles, wedges, flag patterns. I don't do that. I've done it in the past, but yeah, you can do that. Or if you're on about harmonic patterns, yeah, there's loads of people that do that, but that's not for me. Any questions, guys? What do you reckon big drop? Look, if indexes do drop, then pound yen will drop. So that's what I'm looking for. I actually like those patterns as confirmation or additional info to back it up. Okay, so one thing I would say is, look, when you're always adding another layer of confirmation, all you're doing is adding another layer of confusion, right? Because what happens if you take a trade that didn't have it and you have a win, and then you take another one that has it and it should add confirmation, it's a loss. This is why I always laugh when people have multiple indicators. Um, just remember, indicators are for one place only, for cars or vehicles. Indicators are, you can use them as a leading indicator, they're also lagging. But then if you're using multiple that are oscillators, or then you have to remember that you need the market to oscillate. The amount of times I see people using an indicator and the market's just going ballistic north or ballistic south, and they're going, right, it's overbought. Well, yeah, of course it's overbought. The market's not oscillating, so don't even go short. The amount of times I hear people go, overbought, go short. No, no, that is absolutely not true. Oscillation means you need the market to be going up and down, up and down, up and down in order for those indicators to actually work. If it's just going straight line up, all you're going to see is like a squiggly line in overbought. You mentioned um, on Telegram. So I have 5 channels on Telegram for my members. Most of them you will see are uh, so there's a few actually on TikTok right now, um, but most of my members will always join on YouTube. So you can see the membership on my standstill there. If not, if you can't see that, then just you go to the profile, my profile, and you'll see the link in bio. There's some free channels in there as well, some free info. But yeah, I'm just waiting for this one. I do think we're gonna see a little bit of a drop on the markets. But it is depend. Where do you see gold going today? Uh, right now, next stop's going to be 33.60, 61, 33.61. But then I could look for a false break from there. But to be fair, I'd be more inclined and waiting for a pullback to get long. Told you long, Bick and back and Bock. Yeah, but I'm not going to go long because someone says go long. I go long based on rules. I'm not going to go short because I think the market's going to go short. Yeah. As much as I'm happy you got 50 pips, and as much as uh, can you please describe your setup? You said you're short. Um, okay, I will do it on TradingView because I hate explaining things on MetaTrader. It's clunky as hell. Weekly closure, can I say price? Uh, sorry, Cactus, I'm not sure what you mean, mate. Weekly closure, question mark. Can I say price, question mark, if allowed? You can say you can say anything, bud, because you're polite. And I want to say weekly price, but if you allow a weekly price for Ju- just say it because I'm a bit lost in the conversation. Uh, okay, yeah, okay. So you think it's going to close at 33.50? Okay. Um, what are we saying? Pound yen. Okay, let's go back to the setup. So this was the setup. Now, potentially, right, it is. It's so false break. Let's bring in the text. So this was my no trade range back last week, so I'll get rid of that now. But text, false break, short. Okay, so we needed structure, which you can see structure is here. The next candle has closed below. Now, a false break would be if the candle closes above, then the next candle wicks down, we can look to buy the high, providing we've got clear candle space. So that's for the false break. Let's just go back because this was a breakout setup. Breakout short. So we close below support. Do we have clear space on the left hand side? So if we look left, look at all these candles here. Nice big momentum candles, right? So the momentum candles just mean you've got like, for me, this is like a highway with no traffic on. Okay, where you look at this type of stuff where the small bodied wicks to the upside and downside that, oh, you can't see that. Hold on TikTok. Okay, so this is the candle space you'd be trading into here. It's all nice big bodies. Ah, damn it, I've not changed YouTube. Okay, so this is what we'd be trading into, this space here. Let me just highlight it. Those candles there, that's what we're trading into. So when we look at that, let me move that across that way. There we go. If we get a close below here, which we did, and then this next candle pushes up, we sell underneath the lows, and we know we've got a clear run potentially to get down to around 197.80, which is around 60 points from from this area here. Now, because we use the bow and arrow analogy of waiting for the candle to pull back up before we sold underneath the low, it meant this little initial move lower, we didn't get triggered in because it moved lower first. We waited for the market to create a top wick before we sell. So now we put our sell stop underneath the low of the bullish candle. Yeah. Your first TP is always one-to-one RR. No, my first TP is 15 pips on pound yen. On gold, my first TP is 10 pips or 15 pips, depending on the market structure to the left-hand side. On Nasdaq and DAX, my first TP is 20 pips. So it's all dependent on the market. Now, we've got 27 minutes for the market to open, right? Mr. TBBY, good afternoon, sir. Seba, good afternoon. Um, yeah, it's been a quiet session today, really. We had a trade the as we went live instantly. So we sold live on uh, the DAX instantly, and then from that point, we've not had anything really to go out. I don't like gold at the minute. There's nothing for me to go out on gold. I don't want to be trading. See, if this had happened down here, then we could have looked at it to run it up, but it's too close to resistance. I'm not buying it, even though you'd look at an uprange candle breaking this high, you'd expect it to go higher. So that would be a typical setup as I spoke to you guys yesterday about price action, how to think about market trends and momentum. If we have momentum and the next candle pulls lower and it breaks the highs, that should continue higher. No, I don't scalp. What is the DAX? The DAX is German 30 or German 40. It's the German index. It depends on the broker that you use, what they will name it as in the market watch. It'll either be the German 30, GER 30 or GER 40 or the DAX. Right, 25 minutes. Sit tight. So that was the trade this morning on the Nasdaq that we took. Secured some nice pips on that. Okay, pound yen looks like it's gonna, based off technicals, looks like it could just pop higher from where we are. I'm not going to trade the long. I'm not going to trade the long. I just want to see if the market sells off on the open. Let me just see. I don't think there's been any other news. Forex Live. Let's have a quick look. I'm just going to refresh one of these on a second. So the black candle broke out the range, the white candle back up. So when do you place your short? So I placed my short initially as soon as this white candle started to create a white candle, and then I put my sell stop underneath the low of that candle. Okay, so as soon as it pushes up, now in theory, this is a false break setup right now. You could look for longs. I just don't like this area here. So I wouldn't be doing anything off the 30. On the hourly, you could look for continuation, uh, a move above, but I would steer clear of this for now. I don't want to look for longs. How do you choose to trade the 30 or the 15? Depends on structure. So, for example, if I look at the 15, right? 15 here, structure is the same as the 30, so I don't need to move anything. So if this closes below, that's fine. I can look for a setup on the 15. If I go to the 30, that candle still closed on the 30 below, so I can use the 30 as well. So it's always just looking at the market structure and seeing if it still marries up. You always want to make sure you got clarity on your setup and your rules. If they match, then you can drop down the time frames. But if you drop down and then starts to get messy and you don't have clear space, then you go back up a time frame. Remember, if something doesn't look clear, just stay away. That's why I stayed away from gold today, and gold's my baby, right? Uh, gold is my little. Stephen, Mark, which is more reliable, the trend line sloping or the straight line across showing changes, if you know what I mean? Um, I don't use trend lines, okay? So I don't use trend lines. I only use horizontals. I know you saw me do something. Uh, Walid Aslam, that was a bad trade. What was it? What was a bad trade? We've only taken one trade and made money, so I'm I'm just trying to work out what was a bad trade. How can a winning trade be a bad trade? Just let me know, Waleed. Henrik trend lines is a scam. Yeah, I think when it comes down to trend lines, that they're obviously a lot more subjective. I let's have a look. Yeah, so if price gets above 33.60, call it 33.62, then I'm interested. Look, guys. Um, okay, house rules. There is no sledging in here. If I see sledging, I'm just gonna block you. Okay? Just if someone doesn't agree, how analysis? But you said it was a bad trade. So can't be a bad trade if you're not in a trade. But anyway, if you don't agree with it, you don't do it. Simple, isn't it? Life is so simple. If you don't agree with something, you don't do it. On the same point, if you don't like the analysis, then there's no point being here as well. Uh, right, guys. Like I said, Jules, there's none of that talking here, mate. Okay? Yeah. So there's no putting people down in here, please, guys. GJ, same happened yesterday. It didn't happen yesterday, mate. It spiked lower. The difference is this candle closed below. So it's however you want to interpret candles, that's fine. But this one, price moved lower and then came back and closed above. This one, this is a false break. That's a spike lower. So now I'm just going to wait and see what happens on the open. If price rallies, price rallies. I'm not interested in it if it goes up. Um, yeah, so let's just go back. As I was saying, the difference here was price closed below. Now, this is where the false break rules come in, and it stops you by waiting for pullback up to then trade. It's either going to be a false break or it's going to continue the move lower. Now, as I said, I'm not interested in the longs purely because of this little bit of cluster in these wicks here. So I'm not interested in the longs. I would be interested in the sells if we break this low. But now what we do have is we've got new structure lows. It's there. So order, cancel your order. So order's gone now. So we've got new lower support being formed. So we've adjusted our structure, and if I get a breakout below there, I'm going to look to short it. But I'm not looking for any longs. Gold, no trade for me. Let's get rid of that. Okay, so if we get a move higher on the DAX, this level can go now. Don't need that. If we get a move higher, probably going to be next week now. I'm not going to take any more trades on the DAX because we need. I would need at least another hour for the next hour candle to complete and move bearish, and then a wick up to then sell for my BPC trade. So as this stands, I'm not going to get a setup on the DAX. Nasdaq potentially. Long signal on current 15-minute candle. Let's have a look. Would I take anything long on the 15? Okay, so look, price has broken short-term resistance. The most recent resistance is closed above. There was no wick down, and we've got this cluster of noise to trade into. So I wouldn't take any longs here either. I would only look at the higher time frame, not even the 30-minute for a short on this right now. It needs to be an hour. In your breakout trade, that's not happening. Why not trade the long, i.e. false break? Because it's not clear traffic. Because of this here. So if you drop down, you can see you got this area, then you got this area. You could look for long above here. There's enough pips. So if you got a break above this area, so this to me would be off limits. 76. Yeah, so you got 24, you got 40 odd pips there. So I would look for long above here and short below here. This to me is no trade range. You're looking at short on the 1 minute time frame for gold. Oh man, yeah, not for me. Yeah, no, 1 minute, too busy. So you look for buys above 198.78. So if I got a bullish candle close above here and then a wick down, I look to buy it and run it up to 199.22. Pleasure, Nick, no problem. What we trading? This is pound yen. I'm not trading anything yet. We did have a sell on the DAX at the beginning of the live stream, which we secured 16 and 20 odd pips for two parts of the trade. And then we got stopped at 18 pips as we brought our stop loss down. Agreed, but it's Friday, so the lack of activity. Yeah, it's quiet. Market's a little bit uh, flat. Probably going to see you've got what 2:15, so maybe in an hour and a half you've got the London fix. Probably see gold pull back on the London fix. Uh, Drill Placey, thank you for the rose. Very kind of you. Don't know what I do with these gifts that keep coming in. Roses, diamonds, and what was the other one I got the other day? Can't remember. It's all new to me. I'm not quite sure what you do with them and how you use them, but thank you. It's appreciated. Right, how's everyone's week been? Let me know how your week's been and tell me where you're registering in from. Right, who's in the UK? Who's in Germany? Anyone in France? Anyone in the US? Anyone in Sydney? Anyone in Africa? Botswana? Tanzania? Where are we in from, guys? UK. Kaylin, I just saw you in YouTube a minute ago. You on both? GK, Q, gold traders in Mars. Love it. Yeah. Well, Fahad, thanks for that, mate. Uganda. Are you new to this one? I don't recognize your name. Burslid. Canada. How is it in Canada at the minute? Is it hot? What part are you in? So let's just we've had Sri Lanka, we've had UK, we've got Canada, we've had Uganda, we've got Jamaica, we've got Peanut from the UK. It's a very, very quiet day on the markets today, so quite happy we got that first trade out on the DAX. Let's see what happens as we come into. You see, look, even Nasdaq, the trade we took this morning. Let's get rid of that. If I'm looking for shorts on the Nasdaq, I'd probably want to see it break this level here now. Because this morning where we were trading it from, we were looking to trade it down into this structure, which it came down into 22,700. But now underneath 22,700, it's just, you just got huge wicks, you got cluster of candles. So it's just a lottery. So in order for price to break through this area, we're going to have to see some proper selling pressure. Gold has been messy today, but overall smashed it this week. Brilliant dignifier. That's what I like to hear. Uh, you're British. Do you know anyone named Steve that's a person you can rely on? Um, it's a very, very random question. Does that mean you've had a good experience or a bad experience with a Steve? Um, I've got a few brokers that I use. Um, if you message all the Steves I know are weird people. Okay, not quite sure how to respond to that. Uh, let's see if pound yen gets above 198.78, and then we've got some clear traffic we can trade into. Nasdaq. I think if Nasdaq breaks this, you're going to see pound yen sink. But if we see Nasdaq rally, pound yen will push higher. Gold, there's just nothing for me, so I'm not even going to bother looking at gold again today. DAX, I can't look at DAX. There's only one market that I can really look at right now, and that's pound yen. Everything else is written off for me today. You use Oanda. No, this is just trading view. This is Oanda data, but when I go on, I don't know, whatever data I've picked, that one's Pepperstone, that one's IG, that one's Pepperstone. I just use trading view and pick out the ones quickly, just for analysis. Then I pick out the prices on my broker. They're never going to vary that much. You're just looking at TradingView for analysis purposes because it's a much cleaner, easier platform to use. I don't trade through TradingView because then you've got another layer of latency to what's happened there? Six gifts, so I literally only ever use TradingView purely for analysis. And then you have to be careful because let's say I'm looking at IG right now and I'm looking at the 30-minute chart on the DAX. So IG's charts for the DAX start on the hour. Okay, so the 7 o'clock to 8 a.m. is an hourly candle, whereas my broker will be 7:15 to 8:15. So the 30-minute and the 1 hour candles all look different. I think gold is possibly a sell between 60 and 80, but with it being Friday, I'm afraid to short it. Yeah, I mean, look, it doesn't even look nice to me at the minute, so I'm not doing anything with it. Um, Pound yen is getting close to area of interest. And again, now look, one thing I'll tell you is because of the type of candles that we're seeing here with pound yen, if we get a close above and then it closes back below, I would happily trade a false break here. because we've got nice candles to work with. Yeah, so how are you supposed to make £5 with 0.01? Um, okay, so the the if you're taking 10 pips, right, on gold, obviously 0.01 is just to start off with. Okay, just to start off with, just to get the process. Now, objective is you're looking for one trade at 10 pips. And I would jet after about 30 days, if I see someone's got the setups right, once they've been with me, we will move up to anywhere between 0.03 and 0.05. So at 0.05, $5 is 10 pips. So it's one trade a day in theory. But you're only using 0.01 just to get your feel of the market, just to understand if you've got the process right. Now, obviously, when you're just in a YouTube or a trading TikTok, you only get to see a little bit, right? You're not inundated, and you don't have the continual support of not just me, but members. A pleasure, Commander in Chief. Members who've been part of Trade and Train or my Telegram channel since 2017. Um, there's a lot, a lot that have been around a long time, that have been with me. So thank you for that. I've got a stop loss on gold at 33.63. You've got a stop loss. Does that mean you've sold? Um, Dave, it's either 97 a month or 997 for the year. You can see all the details on my. I'll just post a link there to the standstill, and you can have a look. And it's you'll see all the details. If it's something you want to ask me more questions about, you can message me privately. I'll tell you what's included, where the channels are, and things like that. But obviously, this is what the reason I do all this for free is obviously to attract more members. I want to give value. I don't do anything different in the membership to what I do here, but it's all about if I can help people that necessarily can't afford it or whatever, then I'll do that. This is the whole point, but at the same point, it's a shop window as well. Have you seen the 15-minute candle? Mm. Yeah, I have now. How do I get to join your Discord? I don't have Discord. I only have um, Telegram. Uh, this is gold, but I don't see any setups on gold. So there's the link for Standstore. You just click on that, and then you'll see the membership monthly or annual or YouTube channel or free Telegram channel. You'll see them all there. You think it will continue pushing up? I have no idea, to be fair. I'm not interested in gold right now. There's no setups for me. It just doesn't look appealing. Only one that I'm interested in is pound yen. And to be fair, I think my preference will be to the downside because I think markets will drop. And when I'm referring to markets, I'm referring to indexes. But if they don't, we have a clean setup to buy and a clean setup to sell, providing we get the move. We have to have a candle closure above here or candle closure below here. And then if it's the buy, we're a wick down, we can place the buy. Here, close below, wick up, we can sell. Um, is your YouTube screen frozen? Don't think so. No, I was just moving my cursor, so maybe it wasn't. I see. Uh, do I think what will push up? Pound yen or gold? So I just want to see what happens on the open. I'm literally going to stick around for 2 minutes. Um, oh God. Uh, Paddy, are you on right now, mate? If it breaks in any direction with only one color candles like three, does it matter? Um, Paddy, question, mate. Can we either reschedule to later tonight or tomorrow morning, mate? I've just got a message I just need to deal with. I can do either after 8 p.m. tonight or I can do. I'm off, guys. Mark, thank you for your knowledge and have a great weekend. Thanks, Dignify. Um, oh, Paddy, you're a legend. Thanks, mate. I just want to see this candle. I just want to see what happens on the open of the NAS, and then I've got to dash. Okay, it doesn't look like much is going on here. Um, okay, guys, I need to shoot, but I want to see because we've spiked first. If price gets above there, then there's long potentials on the Nasdaq. I'm not going to do any trades now because I literally have to go. Um, Pound yen, just watch it again, see if you get a close above 198.78, wait for a wick down, and then buy. If it closes above, then the next candle closes below, wait for a wick up, then sell. But this is all going to be dependent on what happens. Um, sorry, autocorrect is messaging the English. Okay, no worries, mate. Um, but let's just see. Let's just see what happens. Yeah, I've got to dash, guys. I'm really sorry. I've got to cut it off because I've got to run real quick. Okay, guys, have a great weekend. Thank you so much for tuning in. Um, Guys, if you've got any feedback, I would always like feedback from you. So you can message me privately if you've got feedback. If you want to know anything about brokers, things like that, always message me privately. It's not something I like to just throw out there. Okay? All right, guys, listen, have a great weekend, and I'll see you all Monday afternoon. Bye bye.